First of all, thanks for being part of this video. In this video, we are going to see the basic concept of inequalities. So many people are requested me for this topic. So for inequalities, the concept we use here is the flow method. What it means is if we see a symbol like this which is greater than symbol, but what we feel like this as the flow from this side to this side, it looks like a direction symbol, this side to this side. And if we see a lesser than symbol, then we represent this as the direction of this side to this side, means the flow from this side to this side. For this symbol, the flow from this side to this side. Let's see and understand with an example. Let's assume there are 5 stations like A, B, C, D and E. These are 5 stations. Here we see some symbols like these. So here we got a statement of inequalities. Now the concept I said is if we see a symbol of greater than, then what we say, the flow from this side to this side. Okay, if we see lesser than symbol means the flow from this side to this side. In this case, let's see and understand this one. A can flow from A to B also. From B there is the flow of this direction, so we can able to flow up to C also. C is nothing but D, means in the place of C we can able to place D, means we can able to reach D also. But is there any flow to reach to E? Here we get opposite symbol. If we go in a direction like this and again we see another symbol opposite to it, then we cannot able to flow to other side. So this is the stop for the flow. Okay, now let's take some conclusions and understand. First conclusion is says that flow from A to D, is it possible or not? First what we see is the flow from A to D. We need to see the direction from A to D. Here from A we can able to reach to B. From B we can able to reach to C. C is nothing but D. So it means that we can able to reach from A to D. So this is true. Let's see one more example. Conclusion. Does it possible to reach from A to E? Let's see. From A we can able to reach to B. From C and D we can able to reach here. But there is no flow to E because of the opposite symbol. So this case fails. Let's see one more case, which is the flow from B to D, is it possible or not? Here the flow from B to C is possible, from C to D is also possible, but here we have one more thing which is equal to here and equal to here, but there is no equal to here. There is flow, yes it is, there is flow, but there is no equal to in our conclusion, because here we have both cases we have equal to, but there is no equal to here, so this case fails. If it is asked like this one, fourth one, from B to D with everywhere equal to, if it is given that the flow from B to D with everywhere equal to also, here from B we can able to reach to C and also to D, and in conclusion it is says that with equal to also, here we have equal to and here is also equal to, then this conclusion will be true. Let's see one more conclusion. Fifth conclusion says that the flow from A to D with everywhere equal to, is it possible or not? Here we can able to flow from A to D, it is possible, but here there is no equal to here, so this case fails. Do you understand? We can able to flow from A to D, it is possible. First conclusion is true, but if we see with everywhere equal to, here we have equal to in two cases, but there is no equal to here, so the total case fails. Now let's see one more example. Can it possible to make b lesser than e? It means what we see is the flow from e to b. We see the direction like this, from e to b. Can we able to reach from e to b? From e we can able to reach to d. D equals to c means we can able to reach to c also. But here we see an opposite direction from the flow of this one, so we can able to reach up to c only, but it is asking about b, so this conclusion false. Let's see one more final example. Can we flow from e to d, e to c with everywhere equal to, is a one more example. So from this what we mean to say is, let's assume this as this direction. Can we flow from e to c with everywhere equal to? From e we can able to flow to d and to c, but here we have equal to, but there is no equal to here, so this case fails. Okay, so this is the flow method we use for inequalities. For some questions like, so the flow method concept is clear. Now what more else is, so flow method concept is clear. Now what else we need to know is the either or case. Either or case. Let's see this example. According to this one, the flow from a to e, we can able to flow from a to b is possible. From b we get a opposite symbol, so we cannot able to flow to c, so then we cannot able to reach to e is possible, so this conclusion will be false. In this case the flow from e to a with everywhere equal to also. From e there is no flow direction. See, from e we cannot able to flow, there is no direction to flow like this, so this conclusion is also false. Here we see both the conclusions are false, and we see both alphabets are same, a and e, comparing with a and e only. Here in this case a is greater, in this case a is lesser than e, means a is lesser than e, a is equal to e. All the three symbols comes in between these two comparisons, so this case becomes the either 1 or 2 is the answer for this case. This happens when both the case must be false and we see all the symbols in between them, then only we get this answer, which is either 1 or 2. We have one more example. In this case also we get a either or answer. If we see a to e, and another conclusion is a equals to e. If we see like this, individually the flow from a to e, we can able to flow from a to b, b to c, and c to d. All the cases is possible. Okay, all the cases is possible, but there is a missing of equal to in this statement, so individually this case fails. A directly equals to e, here missing of the flow, so individually this case also fails. But combiningly these two symbols, what we have is the flow from a to e and with equal to also. Combiningly these two we get a to e with everywhere equals to, and we see the same symbol in between the flow from a to e. We have flow with equal to, flow with equal to, equal to, and equal to, so this satisfies the given statement. So in this case also the answer will be either 1 or 2. So this is the basic concept of inequalities. So that's all for today's inequalities basic concept. Try some examples that I am giving every day and grasp the concept, and improve your score. Thanks for watching.